What's going on, y'all? This is your girl, J. Marie. I'm the host of the Dirty Pleasure Show and a quickie series or a quickie segment, quickie show underneath the Dirty Pleasure Show. Anyway, I wanted to do a text message series that answer relationship questions or talked about different scenarios you all sent in. So be sure to send in your relationship conversation topic, text message, and all that kind of stuff to 940-343-5685. And I will try to do a little segment like this to kind of answer it. So the first thing I'm looking at a message that's asking the question about why do men in long-term relationships skip out on their wives instead of just leaving them? If they're not happy, why are they, not just leaving? Well, there's a lot of reasons. Sometimes it's financial, it's status. They have children. A lot of the times, the whole thing with the cheaper to keeper scenario. There are needs that are unmet, and maybe he's not comfortable communicating those needs that are unmet. Maybe in the beginning of the relationship, they had this vanilla relationship or whatever, and now he wants to experience some new things or he wants to try some new things, and he's maybe afraid to bring them up to his girl or his wife, and he feels like, oh, somebody else can do that, or she's maybe not willing to hear his needs or hear that he has needs. Now, I'm not saying this is not advice for somebody who's being cheated on in a relationship or in a marriage to say, oh, you got to be considerate of why he would cheat on you or like you're at fault for that. I'm not saying that, but I am saying you got to be fair too, because the flip side of it is that in a relationship, it's two people, not four. Okay. I'm just saying two people. You have to hear the other person's needs just as well as you want your needs to be heard and met. And if you're not willing to accommodate that, then like, what do you expect to happen? I'm not saying it makes it right. Let me stress that it doesn't make it right, but it does mean you need to hold yourself accountable too. Women, men, we need to hold ourselves accountable for what we are not doing in our relationships that's causing the cheating too. Now, the person that's cheating, I think you also need to hold yourself accountable, because if you're not communicating your needs to your mate and you're not trying to work on things before you're stepping out, and then you're doing that just because it's like, it's easier to do that. She don't know I have a different work schedule. I have a whatever. That's not fair. But you got to also look at both sides to it. And I think that's where we miss out on a lot of understanding of our errors, because we are too busy playing the victim. That's my two, though. Peace.